community at the beginning. They tried to harm the prophet, and you name it, the list goes on.
Mm-hmm. And just one more passage I wanted to read here. This is Sahih Muslim. Again, this is it's 4594 in the Darus Salam edition. You might, if you have a different edition, if you're online on sunnah.com or something like that, it'll have a different number. But Umar bin al-Khattab said that he heard the Messenger of Allah say, "I shall certainly expel the Jews and Christians from the Arabian Peninsula until I leave only Muslims there." Now, why I find that interesting is there were Jews and Christians in Arabia before Muhammad.
True.
Muhammad comes along, and once he rises to power, he can say, "Everyone go. I only want Muslims here. Everyone else has to get out." And he can expel Jewish tribes if they're strong enough. If they have alliances with other Arab tribes, then he might expel them. If they don't have alliances, he can just slaughter them. But he can just go into an area and say, "I want this area just for Muslims. Everyone else get out, even though you were here before me."
Yeah.
That's not what happened in Israel, but that's what Muslims say happened in Israel, right? It's just that there's the Palestinians, they're living there, they're there forever, they're their own people group, until Jews come in and kick them off their land, and now they're just fighting to get their land back. Point is, that's not at all what happened. Yeah. Historically, that is factually false. That did not happen. But that is the standard story. And the point is, even if we went with the standard story, which is false, it would be completely justified using the exact same method of Muhammad. According to Muhammad, one religious group can come into an area, take over the area, and say, "Everyone else get out." And there's nothing you can do about it as long as they're more powerful. So all I ever hear is hypocrisy, because Muslims are saying, "Look what they did, look what they did." And they get it wrong, what actually happened. But they say, "Look what they did. This is wrong. This is immoral. This is evil." And it's exactly what your prophet actually did to the Jews and Christians of Arabia.
I think we need to do another video where we discuss the historical facts about the conflict.
1,500 years ago, there was almost no Arabs on the land. After Muhammad committed mass genocide and apartheid against everyone in the land, it's mostly Arab. And they claim that Israel is occupying the Arab land. The green is the Arab world, but that tiny little speck there, well, that's Israel. Yeah. Here, let me zoom in for you so you can actually see it better. This is what they're fighting over. This is what they won't let the Jews have.
دينيا الآية رقم 21 من سورة المائدة تثبت أن بني إسرائيل لهم الحق في الأرض المقدسة. قال الله تعالى: وإذ قال موسى لقومه يا قوم ادخلوا الأرض المقدسة التي كتب الله لكم. إذن الله كتبها لهم ولم يكونوا كيانا غاصبا لها. الكيان الغاصب هو من كان فيها قبل أن يدخلها بني إسرائيل. وبالتالي أنا لا أميل إلى الشعارات والعبارات والمفردات التي عفى عليها الزمن مثل كيان غاصب وصهيوني وغيره. ولا ينفي أنني عربي اعترافي بإسرائيل أبدا. أنا أعترف بإسرائيل أنها دولة وحقيقة واقعة، ولكن لا أنكر عروبتي ولا أنكر انتمائي للدول العربية.
أنا ما أعرف يعني. شوف، خلينا نحدد إطار الموضوع. القضية الفلسطينية عموما واحتلال فلسطين، هل هو قضية عربية ولا قضية دينية؟
ليس هناك احتلال، ليس هناك احتلال. هناك شعب عاد إلى أرضه الموعودة. هل تعرف تاريخ بني إسرائيل؟ ضارب في القدم، وتاريخ بني إسرائيل قبل الإسلام، وبالتالي يجب أن نعترف ونحن مسلمين أن بني إسرائيل لهم الحق في هذه الأرض ولم يغتصبوها. الذي يقول أنها مغتصبة هم الذين ما زالوا يفكرون بعقل.
Is the Palestinian crisis a land dispute, in your opinion?
No, I don't think so at all. It's a religious issue, and I asked it's mainly when you see the whole Palestinian issue, their problem is they don't want Jews to survive there. So if all Jews became Muslims one day, they will have no problem with that. So the issue with them is Jews. I asked one day a friend of mine, if all Jews converted to Islam in Israel, will you still have this fight and trouble? He said, of course not. I said to him, then this is not a problem of the land. It's a problem just because they are Jews. So, and when you listen to the Arab media, when you follow the Arab media, when you follow the people who are, it's all about a religious war against the Jews. And they wanted to take it further to apply the prophecies that Muslims will slaughter and kill every Jew in the world. This is one of the prophecies in some book called Al-Bukhari. It's not in the Quran. But it's in a book called Al-Bukhari that's well respected by many Muslims as a source of hadith book for the words of Prophet Muhammad. And there is this, what they dream about is to fulfill this prophecy of killing every Jew there. So the problem here is in my, it's not a view. When you listen to the mosques, when you listen to the sermons, when you see the media, how they incite hatred and violence against people just because they are Jews. So you will realize that it's not a land dispute.
And what if America pushes Israel to concede land and to establish?
This will encourage the jihadists more and more in their path. In fact, America should do the opposite. When the jihadists attacked America in September 11, they wanted to see these concessions happening. And if you showed them concessions, they will just attack you again. As when you were weak in 1998 and you didn't respond strongly enough against the attack on your embassies in Kenya and Tanzania, they attacked you again, and it was stronger. But when you went very hard on them, they haven't attacked you for years, and because they are afraid of you. So the jihadist mind is a different mind. You have to show them that what they want to achieve, they are getting the opposite. So if they are expecting you to do pressure on Israel, for example, to do concessions to them, then in fact you do the opposite of this, and this will give them a lesson. Don't attack us again, because we will not surrender to you, and we will do the opposite of what you want. So they feel they are losing, not gaining by their attacks. This is the message that you have to convey to them, and so to change their mind and to make them think twice.
You are creating a danger to the national security system in Australia. Now, when you start labeling the Muslims as terrorists, by you pushing us into the corner, you're creating a threat for the national security system.
The blame here is on the Israelis themselves. They are the invaders, they are the oppressors, they are the colonizers. Don't blame a people who you have bullied for almost 100 years. And when they have had enough, they fight back using your very same tactics. And what a happy sight it was to see that the Muslims of Palestine were finally happy. And the Muslims around the world felt comfort in this.
Oh, finally happy at the slaughter. And Abu Usaid had a warning to Jews, and he cited a passage in the sacred Islamic hadith that says, kill them.
To the invading Jews we say, by Allah, the day you will be kicked out of Palestine is coming. A day when the stones and the trees will speak and say, "O Muslim, there is a Jew behind me, come and kill him."
Now, all this is being openly preached at a Sydney Islamic Centre, and one that runs a Saturday school for the kids. And again, here is that preacher sharing his utter hatred of the Jews, referring to those now fighting the terrorists of Gaza.
Our brothers and sisters in Gaza are being killed, annihilated by the descendants of apes and monkeys, of swine and monkeys.